Hey youth group, hope you've been having a good week. I heard a story recently that I thought would be good to share with you. It's about a woman named Laura. She was 21 years old and she was driving down an old farm road and she saw a woman in a pasture being attacked by a bull. Immediately, Laura stopped the car, opened the car door, and ran to help her. And she had to crawl through an electric fence to get to her. And yet she still did it. She went into the pasture, grabbed a 2-foot-long rubber tube, and started beating the bull in the face with it to distract it. The bull was distracted, it worked, and her and the woman got away just in time. And Laura was awarded the Carnegie Medal of Honor as an ordinary person who did a heroic deed. And she was asked, "What were you thinking right before you went to save this woman?" And Laura responded, "I wasn't thinking. I didn't really think I had a choice. Someone had to save her or she was going to die." That made me think of the Gospels when Jesus laid down his life for us. You know, he had so many obstacles to go through to get to the cross and save our lives. And yet he let nothing stop him. And the amazing thing to me is that he was so brave. He had so many chances to turn back, to turn away. And yet he still went on and laid down his life for us. There's another story that I heard of a man who won the Carnegie Medal of Honor. His name was Wesley Autry. He was at the subway station and a man fell down inside the subway tracks. A man was having a seizure and he was unconscious. He fell into the train tracks. And Wesley, knowing that there wasn't much time before the train came, like 10 seconds or so, jumped down there, took the man and placed him right between the two train tracks and laid over on top of the man and bear hugged him. The train went over top of them by about an inch. And the man woke up in the middle, the man having a seizure woke up in the middle of this and said, "Where am I?" And Wesley saved this man's life, even though he had children of his own that were there waiting for him. And they asked Wesley, what was it that made you do this? What were you thinking right before this happened? And he said, "I had a memory flashback of a time when someone pulled a gun to my head and pulled the trigger and it misfired. And I thought, I've been spared for a purpose." You know, Jesus died for us for a purpose. And we're called, since he laid down his life for us, we are called to lay down our lives for our brothers and sisters. That's what 1 John 3:16 says. This is how we know what love is. Jesus Christ laid down his life for us. And so we ought to lay down our lives for our brothers and sisters. That's what Good Friday is all about. How can you put others ahead of yourself and value their interests above your own? Just like Jesus did.